There. Now it's all ready. He's really taking his time, huh? Must be another tactic of his, making me wait. Which opening is he going for this time? Knowing him, it may be a King's Gambit. He's always loved pushing for the immortal game. No, he wouldn't make such a move. Not so outwardly. Not after what happened the last time he attempted it. A failure on such a stage. I couldn't believe my eyes. Who would pull such a move? Would I have done it in his position? Fighting for that crown, only to fail at the last moment. It couldn't be me. Not with my title. I'm not that foolish. There he is. Now look at the time. You're several minutes late. I was just wondering if you'd forgotten.
Why would I miss this?
Who knows? Remember the last time you were late to a game? High stakes, standing on the stage against...
Don't begin with that spiel. You and I both know what happened that day.
Okay, I'll play white since you came late.
Don't try to mess with me. I have a board to check your game.
Don't forget to move the pieces then. White pawn e2 to e4.
Black pawn e7 to e5. Do you still take me as that sort of fool?
White knight g1 to f3. I thought I heard the jingle of a little jester's bell when you picked up.
Black knight b8 to c6. Are you still using the Spanish opening?
Why wouldn't I? White bishop f1 to b5.
Black pawn a7 to a6.
I don't feel like playing a gambit like that. White bishop b5 to a4.
Black knight g8 to f6. You think I would play a game out again? It's centuries old.
Castling kingside. Yes, you've done it once, twice. Even the outlets saw your performances. The chess world isn't forgiving, and they're not idiots. Using other people's strategies is so lowbrow.
Black bishop f8 to e7. You of all people shouldn't be speaking about lowbrow conduct.
White rook from f1 to e1. Do I hear discontent? Now, I won my games fair and square, former grandmaster.
And you still speak to your elders in such a way? Black pawn b7 to b5.
To think the man I once learned under would be speaking to me with such contempt. I have the title now. They even gave me the ultimate too.
Castling kingside.
White bishop a4 to b3. Oh, and you're copying my moves too? To think you'd do it during a friendly match. What would the outlets think? White pawn c2 to c3.
Black pawn d7 to d5. The outlets won't think anything. There's no one else listening in.
White pawn e4 to d5. Capture black pawn. No one else is listening in? Did you forget to tap the wires? Ever since that day, you've been so distant. Sometimes I can still hear the click of a recording machine.
Black knight f6 to d5. Capture white pawn.
Oops. White knight f3 to e5. Capture black pawn.
Black knight c6 to e5. Capture white knight.
White rook e1 to e5. Capture black knight. Was that your plan? To distract me into talking so you can gain the higher ground?
Black knight d5 to f6. You know better. The more you go on and on about this issue, the more you lose focus. Which is better for me.
White rook e5 to e1.
Black bishop e7 to d6. That begets the question of what you've been doing in your free time.
White pawn h2 to h3. Tactical games. New strategic settings.
Black knight f6 to g4. That's how you spend your time? You have better prospects elsewhere.
White queen d1 to f3. Like where? I play all around the world, and trust me, they love to throw your name in my face.
I wonder why. Black queen d8 to h4.
White pawn d2 to d4. Your legacy is a lot to handle. Being your student, people thinking we're one and the same.
Black knight g4 to f2. That is what a legacy is. holding up the standards and expectations of the past.
White rook e1 to e2. Then you soiled that legacy with your work. To think that I have to repair and supersede you. The agony, the pain.
Black bishop c8 to g4. Your interviews say otherwise.
Oh, after the tournaments? You watched those? I'm flattered. White pawn h3 to g4.
Black bishop d6 to h2. Check.
What? Was it something I said? White king g1 to f1.
Black bishop h2 to g3.
White rook e2 to f2.
Black queen h4 to h1. Check. This is the second time I've been able to put your king into a check.
White king f1 to e2. I don't need to constantly check you to win.
You're not playing as aggressive as you usually do. Black bishop g3 to f2.
White bishop c1 to d2. This is a low-stakes game. I'm not too worried. You haven't beat me even when I've tried throwing.
Throwing. Black bishop f2 to h4.
It's a little embarrassing to admit. I've tried playing at a lower caliber before. White queen f3 to h3.
Are you throwing this time? Black rook a8 to e8. Check.
White king e2 to d3. Nope.
Black queen h1 to f1. Check. This is the fourth check.
And? Does the amount of checks equal being the winner? You would have won so many more times if that was the case. White king d3 to c2.
It shows how open your strategy is. Black bishop h4 to f2.
It just means you think it's open. White queen h3 to f3.
Black queen f1 to g1. 4 times? It looks like your strategy is falling apart.
White bishop b3 to d5. Look at the board closely now. Don't you see something strange?
Black pawn c7 to c5.
White pawn d4 to c5.
Black bishop f2 to c5. I see your pawns are open for the taking. How many will you sacrifice?
White pawn b2 to b4. As many as it takes to win. There's always sacrifices to be made. Pawns and pieces will fall.
And you're willing to lose it all to win? Black bishop c5 to d6.
I'm not losing it all. White pawn a2 to a4.
It looks like you are. Black pawn a6 to a5.
White pawn a4 to b5.
Black pawn a5 to b4.
White rook a1 to a6.
Black pawn b4 to c3.
White knight b1 to c3. Jeez, you're trying to go after all my poor pawns there.
You've left them wide open. Black bishop d6 to b4.
White pawn b5 to b6. You're leaving a path for me. You're missing the true point of the pawns being sacrificed. The pieces that fall pave the way.
You're speaking nonsense. Black bishop b4 to c3.
This is what happens when you're too focused on attacking a king. Focusing on a single target, thinking it's the only solution. White bishop d2 to c3.
Black pawn h7 to h6.
White pawn b6 to b7.
Black rook e8 to e3.
White bishop d5 to f7. Checkmate. What? Did you really think you had a chance at beating me? There's too many avenues that I win from.
Your ego will fall one day.
Oh, Father. My fall from grace won't be as terrible and flashy as yours.
You carry the title now, along with that of the ultimate chess grandmaster. You better not disappoint.
Rude.